All right, today we're going to break down the sales pitch for a new AI tool called Clawbrand AI. And wow, it makes a pretty wild claim, saying it can help you build an entire design business in just 60 seconds. Seriously. So let's dive right in and see what this is all about. So right out of the gate, this is the hook, the big promise. Can you really take just a simple logo and poof, turn it into a $500 product in 60 seconds? I mean, that sounds almost too good to be true, right? It's a really bold claim, so let's unpack how they say it's even possible. Okay, so before they even show you the solution, the pitch does something smart. It frames the problem. And, it's a problem that a lot of us creators and business owners know all too well. It's that sheer cost, both in time and money, of just trying to get things to look good, to get those pro-level visuals. This is what they're calling the design bottleneck. And here's how they lay it out, the old way versus the new way. It's a pretty stark contrast, right? The old way is all that stuff we hate. Hiring a designer and waiting for days, editing templates yourself, begging for revisions and paying more, and of course, delaying your launch. But the new way they're selling? It's all about instant, automated, 60-second results. It's basically shifting from a slow service to an on-demand machine. And they really dig into those specific frustrations. You've got what they call the freelancer trap, the endless back and forth and the surprise costs. Then there are the DIY tools where everything kind of ends up looking generic and amateur. And of course, the unreliable AI image generators that just spit out random, inconsistent stuff. All of these things, they argue, lead to the exact same place. Your whole project is just stuck, waiting on visuals. Okay, so now that they've really set the stage with the problem, here comes the hero of the story, Clawbrand AI. And they're not just positioning it as a tool, but as the solution to that whole design bottleneck we were just talking about. And bam, they just hammer this point home, 60 seconds. This single number is pretty much the entire foundation of their whole pitch. It's not just about being fast, it's about being 60 seconds fast. That's the one thing they really want you to walk away remembering. So what's the big idea here? Well, the core claim is that this tool can turn any logo you have into these photorealistic, agency-quality mockups. And that's the key phrase, agency quality. The goal is to completely get rid of that gap between a DIY job and what you'd get from hiring an expensive professional. And of course, they make it sound super easy. Here's how they say it works. They've boiled it down to this simple 3-step process. Step 1, you just upload your stuff, your logo, your colors, your tagline. You only have to do it once. Step 2, you pick your scene from a big library of templates, or you can even describe a custom one. And step 3, you just click generate and then download your files, ready for the web or for print. The whole idea is that all the hard work is happening behind the curtain. Right, but how does it actually do all that? Like, what's the magic inside? Well, this next part of the pitch gets into the tech that they claim makes all this speed and quality possible. Okay, I actually love this quote from their pitch. They say their tool is the difference between a slot machine and a factory. And that just nails it, doesn't it? They're trying to separate themselves from those other AI generators where you just type something in and pull the lever hoping you get lucky. Instead, they're framing this as a predictable, reliable factory that churns out exactly what you need every single time. So the secret sauce here is something they call Agentic AI. And honestly, the easiest way to get your head around this is to not think of it as one big AI brain. Instead, think of it like a coordinated team. It's a bunch of smaller, specialized AIs that each have their own job, and they all work together to get the project done. And here's that team they're talking about. They call it your autonomous AI crew. It's pretty cool, actually. You've got one agent that's the brand expert. It knows your logo, your colors, your style. Then there's the mockup specialist, who's amazing at making things look photorealistic. Another one builds the custom backgrounds. You've even got an agent that just handles all the boring stuff, like file formats and exports. The whole point is that by having all these specialists, you get a way better and way more consistent result in the end. Okay, so let's recap. The pitch has laid out the problem, presented the solution, and even given us a peek under the hood at the tech. So now it pivots to probably the most important question for a lot of people. How do I actually make money with this thing? This is where the tool stops being just a tool and starts becoming a business in a box. And wow, they really don't hold back on the ideas here. This slide lays out 6 totally different ways you could potentially make money. They even give you example clients and, get this, stated potential earnings. You could sell your services on places like Fiverr or Upwork, create done-for-you kits for local businesses, or even sell digital templates for passive income. The message is loud and clear. This isn't just for your own projects. It's a vehicle for making money. So the big question is, what's the catch? What does this business in a box actually cost? Well, the last part of the pitch is all about the offer, and it's a classic lesson in how to frame value. First thing they do is what's called stacking the value. They list out everything you're getting. You get full access to the platform, all 118 templates, a brand kit manager, a library for your mockups, 275 generation credits, and this is huge, a full commercial license. You absolutely need that for all those money-making ideas we just saw. And then they drop the anchor price. They've assigned a dollar value to every single one of those items, and they come up with this massive number, over $2,400. The whole point of this is to make the price you're actually going to pay seem incredibly small in comparison. Next up, they show you what they say the regular price is going to be, almost $1,000 a year. And of course, it's got that big line slash through it. This is all about creating urgency and making you feel like you're getting in on a special, limited time deal. And then finally comes the reveal. After anchoring you to these huge numbers, they show you the actual price, just $47. And here's the kicker. It's a one-time payment, not a subscription. That, right there, is the core of the entire offer's appeal. Just to really drive the point home, they give you this simple chart, and it just puts that $47 price tag right next to the alternatives. You've got hiring a freelancer for $500 or more, paying over $300 a year for other AI tools. And then there's this $47 one-time fee. They're positioning it as a total no-brainer. And this final quote just wraps up the entire pitch perfectly. The sellers winning right now aren't the ones with the biggest design teams. They're the ones with the smartest AI systems. It's a powerful argument, right? It's saying the game has changed. Your advantage isn't how many people you can hire, it's how smart your tech is. It's really a call to action to adapt or get left behind. So, there you have it. That's the pitch for ClawBrand AI. It's a really compelling story, you have to admit. It hits on real frustrations and offers what looks like a super simple, powerful, and crazy affordable solution. But it really leaves us with this huge question, doesn't it? As this agentic AI stuff becomes more and more common, what does this actually mean for the future of creative jobs? Are we really looking at a future run by these AI crews instead of human teams? It is definitely something to think about.